Willie D Live.
Why? And then trust them with YouTube? That's how they're killing us. So people aren't even conscious of how they pay out at YouTube or Tubi or any of those things. So what I did was, because I was like, I'm not a herd, especially if he's over there, it's not right. So I use YouTube for marketing, but I went and built my own network. And let's say YouTube gets the ads from Pablo. I went around YouTube and I get the ads from Pablo. So instead of them getting that $6 billion, I get that $6 billion. If I want to split it with a creative, then they'll get $3 billion, I'll get $3 million. But it ain't gonna never be $100 million to $6 billion. But I understand it because no one's asking. Does it make sense to get a million views and only make $7,000? That don't make no sense. So that means that if the way that I'm seeing things, if any dollar anyone makes at YouTube, if you were really getting paid what you're supposed to, you would be making 100 times more, 100x, not 10x, 100x. So that's why I launched American New. And that's a real network, broadcast live. It looks like y'all doing a lot of stuff here, but you could get on it right now. And the ads are Nike and all that. So no one teaches us about the ads. They're just teaching us about how it feels to understand when people are viewing you and it feels good. And that takes the place of the money that you're supposed to be making, the fame it gives you, and no one's asking about why they're not getting no money. Those are the questions I ask. This doesn't. The breakdown doesn't make sense. Then I got to do an investigation. But I'm never going to be that Johnny. Like, you're never going to be making me do all this work, and you're getting the lion's share. It's not. It just doesn't make sense. It's the same exact thing that happened in the music business. If there was robbery in the music business, anytime there's a new business, there's robbery. So you have to look for it. You could never think that on the internet and all this new money and BPMs and all of that we not getting completely robbed. No one's even asking. No one challenges the bust down or the split. No one says, let me see how much money you made off that Nike ad. They just want to know how much they're getting. I don't know how much you getting, so I'm not going to do that. I got to know how much. And when I work with my creatives, there's a dashboard. We made this much off a Nike ad. You get 60%, I get 40%. Let's go eat. But I'm not going to sit there now because my culture is creatives now. So now I'm going to go put him out of business in YouTube too. Because he can't make no more music because his only, to me, his only business model was robbing niggas. And nigga meaning people that aren't smart. Not black people, people that are in a tight situation that will do anything to get out of it. And by the time they realize they've been robbed, they owe or they in jail.
Your company is American New, right? You said
that's my family's company.
That's your
that's the
family's
network,
company.
yeah.
Okay, so
I work for my family.
When someone wants to go search your company, what search engine do they use?
To go on American New?
What's typically like?
Well, right, it just launched, so you could go on Fire Stick. It should be on Apple. It'll be on Roku. But to
get to Roku, Apple, you mean going straight through their apps?
Well, through their distribution.
Through their distribution.
Yeah.
But if somebody wanted to just look you up and say, let me look up American New, typically what search engine would they use?
Maybe Google.
Google, right. And Google owns YouTube, right?
Yeah. So
anytime Google, this sounds like you would be a direct competitor to YouTube, right?
To everybody.
To everybody, right.
But to YouTube, a Tubi, one of those.
But if let me put myself over here. Mm-hmm. If I'm YouTube, if I'm Google, and I own YouTube, and I see a competitor coming off from the side, I'm running, and I see this competitor coming up on the side of me, and I got the power to do that, trip you, and get away with it, I'm going to do it. If I got an opportunity to hit you with a bow,
yeah, but I'm going to punch you in the back of your head.
I'm going to do it.
You know, if somebody hit you in the back of the head for that, I'm not going to just let that happen.
But check this out.
You know, I'll be like, boom!
And
you know what I'm saying?
And I respect that, but I want you to tell me, after I tell you this, I want you to tell me how you going to bow me in the back of the head when I tell you this.
No,
we're talking about
you in the back of the head.
We're talking metaphorically. Yeah. But listen, this is what I'm saying. Mm. Okay, say I see the competitor coming up on the side of me.
How did Tubi do it?
And now I'm going to say,
okay, here's the difference.
I'm going to say, let me make the point first. But I'm going to say, let me hit these filters so that Dame's people can't reach him as much as they want to. Let me make sure that they have a problem getting over there because Google controls the algorithm. They control the filters. They can. This is why it's been so. Trust me, I am not trying to discourage. I just believe that if we are to do our thing, I think that we need an entire new search engine. Because if we're going to go up against Google, if we're going to go up against YouTube, we need a different search engine than Google. And it needs to be Black owned and controlled. Because otherwise, if people have to go find us, just like almost every other
Here's the difference.
every other company
with guys
in this country
with guys
and
like
world,
you and I,
you got to search.
With guys like you and I, right? Google will be for people that don't know us, right? Because they'll know how to get to us because they know us. So I have a direct-to-consumer relationship to the people that I know. If, like, as far as the algorithm goes, for some reason I'm in that algorithm that I pop up. I don't pay for that or any of those things, and it's a fight for independence. It's inspiration, and it's self-awareness, and it's positive. Because we have the ability to do what we need to do with the ads, we could also control algorithms as well. So when I get into a game, again, you go on somebody's block, it's easy to call the police. You just got to deal with that type of shit. It's part of the game. So I know that there's always a competitor doing something, but my work to me is so good that I'm going to get there and there's nothing they can do about it. I watch there's no creatives over there. That's just an ad agency that put together and there's no genius there, and they went and got bought by Fox. Only thing that they would do is try to buy me. But the difference between me and YouTube is that I'm not just taking any work. Anyone could get on YouTube. This is more of a Netflix situation where I got to like it to put it on. I'm not just doing that with everybody. And again, most of the people, I'm only trying to talk to generals that have armies. So I'm talking to people that have their own relationship completely with, like, a Billy Carson, a 19 Keys, a Earn Your Leisure, people that already have made a community. We just got to all stick together and we make our own algorithm that way. Yeah. So there's a lot of verticals that come with it. I mean, like, everyone is supposed to have a podcast and a streaming service. It's just a vertical of your ancillary things that you do. It's like one thing. Every company should have a podcast, should have a streaming service, should have a website, should have a YouTube channel. It all comes with the game. But I'm saying, regardless to what, if I get 1,000 people, it's more money made than 1,000,000 people on YouTube because we get the full benefit of the ad. So I don't have to sell nickels. I'm going to sell weight.